listening to this week and you're willing to pray, I'd love your prayers and support as we have a lot of fun opportunities happening at once right now. One of the things I wanted to recognize was that I love having experiences and I love events and I love creating memorable experiences for my clients. I'm so excited for the opportunity to create memorable experiences for my clients through the mastermind retreat. And I'm also excited for the opportunity for our team to support sales at a really big event that's both virtual and live. It's one of those hybrid conferences where I know Kristen Boss, the leader of that event, is going to create a memorable experience for all of her prospects, many of whom will become clients because of the experience that they have at her event. And so I wanted to just share today about creating experiences. One of the things that we teach at Faith2Influence, if you go through our training and our content, we teach people how to design their business model. And one of the things I like to talk about and teach about is choosing your event type. I believe that people buy specifically high ticket programs because of an experience they've had. And there are 5 different kinds of experiences or events that can lead to our ideal clients saying yes and buying our programs. If you're a coach, you're looking to identify your ideal clients. If you're selling a higher ticket offer, something over $5,000 or even a $3,000 plus offer, you probably need to have an experience or to create an experience with and for your prospects for them to buy. And the experience, the most common experience that leads to people to buy is just a sales call. And I know this is another reframing of what a sales call can be, but I believe a sales call, when done right, is an event. It's an experience. It's a coaching call with an invitation at the end of it. It is something that can be really transformational for the prospect. In fact, whether they buy or not, but because of a great transformational leadership-based, coaching-based sales process, the experience of that event will lead to ideal clients saying yes and buying your programs. That's one of the experiences that we can create. A second of 5 is the workshop or the webinar type experience, where people come to a 1-hour workshop that you're running on Zoom or live in person, and you teach something awesome and then invite them to your program, invite them to the next step. And they get to experience your training, your teaching, your content. And because of the experience of the workshop or webinar kind of event, that leads the ideal client to say, I want more of this. I want more of this experience. The third type of experience or event is the challenge, which is simply a series of webinars on consecutive days. There's a few other things involved in that. It's a little bit more of a complex model, but it's a really cool experience where people get to break through over the course of several days. They complete assignments, they take action, and they get a win. They experience what it's like to be part of your community over the course of a few days. And the ideal client says, I want more of this experience. After the challenge, there's the retreat experience. And the retreat experience is what we're creating for our Faith2Influence clients this week. Now, it's not a sales tool. It's not a sales tool when it's with your clients. When it's with your clients, it's a fulfillment tool. But it also is a retention opportunity. There's no question about it. When we create great experiences for our clients, especially through something like a live retreat, it's a reason why people remain in your program year after year after year. Pressy Martinez has been in our mastermind. He's about to start his 6th year, and he's enrolled for his 6th year, in part, I'm sure, because of the experiences we've had at retreats. In all of the years Pressy's been with Faith2Influence, he has to have come at this point to 8 different retreats that we've run or events that we've run, maybe even more, maybe 10. He's been to so many of our events over the years. He's had so many memorable experiences. We've co-created so many memorable experiences together. And there's no doubt that that's part of the reason why he's been such a loyal client and friend, is because we have memorable experiences together. And then the retreats, by the way, typically 3 days. Oftentimes it's small. It's 4 people, 6 people, 8 people, 10, 12, certainly fewer than 20 people. It can be done live or virtual. But live's a really, really cool opportunity to get together with people. And then there's the conference experience. And the conference, of course, is bigger. It might be 30 people. It might be 50. It could be 100. It could be 500. It could be 5,000. It could be 10,000 or more. Some of you have been to events like this. But for a newer coach even, the idea of putting on a conference with 20, 30, 50, 100 people is a pretty exciting opportunity where we can have the chance to create a truly memorable experience for people. And we get to sell at a lot of these conferences. Faith2Influence has probably been hired to sell, gosh, I have to think a couple of dozen different conferences. We've sold for David Bayer. We've sold for John Acuff. We've sold for Founders Mastermind. We've sold for Dr. Darius Daniels. We've sold for Pedro Adeo. We've sold for Ray Edwards. We've sold for Anna Powers. We've sold for Pete Vargas. We've sold for Jennifer Allwood. We've sold for Dr. Shannon Irvin. We have sold for Kingdom REI, commercial real estate company, and more. Summer Day, just recently, we're set to sell for Nick and Megan Unsworth in May and support enrollment at their events. We've got Kristen Boss this week, Billy Sticker, Ben Humble. We've really been blessed with a cool opportunity to sell for a lot of really exceptional coaches. And I'm sure I'm leaving some off the list here. And many of those coaches have hired us to sell multiple times at their events. And we've been blessed to have the opportunity to see the experience that they create for their clients in these conferences. In fact, I've now been to dozens of conferences over the years and learned so much and experienced so much. If you've ever been to a live event, you know that it can have a powerful impact on your vision. It can have a powerful impact on your skill set. It can have a powerful impact on your network and your relationships. It can help you see things in new ways. It can help you find momentum and motivation and inspiration, strategy, and a plan of action that allows you to open doors to new things. In fact, my whole life was changed going to an event, a live event, that led to me ultimately setting me on a path to decide eventually to be a coach. It was that experience at a live event that opened the door to that for me. It's really fun to witness the speakers and the messages that we can learn at events. It's fun to have food and sit together and talk together and pray together and meet new people and catch up with old people that we've known, not necessarily old people, but old friends. And for us, like that conference experience, what I've seen over and over and over again in the marketplace, that peak experience that people create generates a significant opportunity for income and revenue along with the impact. And there are always going to be people who attend conferences and events, challenges, workshops, sales calls who don't buy, but leave with a great taste in their mouth, that grow the brand, that have a favorable opinion of the company, that begin listening to your podcast or begin following you on social media, who begin opening your emails because of the experience you created for them, even if they're not ready to buy your program. And that's what I really love about creating events and experiences for people before they buy. What I love about it is, as you find your ideal clients who are going to take the next step with you, you serve so many more than that. You have an opportunity to impact those who are not ready to be your client, but will become your fan, that will become a follower, that will become someone who wants to learn from you, who might refer to you, who might open other doors for you. And this is how we grow our network over time. You know, for me, I met so many amazing coaches over the first handful of years at Faith2Influence who didn't buy, but I built a relationship with, I had an experience with, and favorable enough that we could remember each other, and favorable enough that when I decided to launch a membership program for the first time, like a real membership program that was well thought out. It wasn't the first time. We had a couple of attempts that didn't work so well in the earlier days or weren't as lasting as this one. But with clarity, launching this new membership program, we were able to have over 80 people in our membership program on day one and get to over 100 within the first 3 months in our membership. And a big reason why was because of memorable experiences created with people who didn't buy over the course of multiple years, who then I could reach back out to and say, hey, we're doing something new right now. Here's our membership. Would you like to be a part of this? And of course, some of the people who bought our other programs bought the membership. But it's really like something that I think is important to think about. The fact that people will buy your coaching packages, programs, masterminds, trainings, memberships, etc., at some level because of an experience that they have that calls them into action. And I want to remind you, these are the 5 experiences. Sales calls, great experience when done right. You know, I believe in this. Workshops or webinars, challenges, retreats, and conferences. My invitation to you is to consider which of these avenues, which of these events or experiences do you want to take action on? Which of these do you want to pursue to attract your clients? And you might just choose 1 or 2 of these. Keep it simple early on. At some point, if you're like me, you might execute all of these things. I'm really excited about our summer conference this year, our 2024 Christian Coaches Academy Live Summer Conference. We're holding this in Milwaukee. It's June 19th through 21st. And it's going to be our first semi-big conference. It's going to feel big for me compared to the work that we've done in the past, where we've primarily focused on retreats, challenges, workshops, sales calls. We've had really small conferences in the past, but we're excited to have 50 to 100 people, 50 to 100 Christian entrepreneurs and coaches at our summer conference, Christian Coaches Academy Live in Milwaukee. And we are going to create a memorable experience for people. We are going to take everybody to Summerfest, the biggest music festival in the world. We're giving everybody a free ticket to go Friday night at the end of the conference. We are going to have a VIP dinner and laser coaching session for all of our Christian Coaches Academy members. We're going to have a special Christian Coaches Academy dinner experience on one of the nights. We're providing lunch every day for everyone, providing coffee and morning treats for everyone throughout the conference. We're going to be having amazing speakers on stage. We've already had 4 people sponsor the conference. Some of them you're going to hear from as great speakers. A friend of mine, Teresa McCloy, is going to be speaking from stage at the conference. I'm so excited for the lineup of speakers and messages that we have. Of course, you're going to get the opportunity to hear from me if you join us at this experience, and learn how to build out your business and begin to maybe consider what it would look like for you to run your own live event. We can talk about how to run your own live events at the conference and teach you that. But one of my favorite things about events like this is being with like-minded people who have shared values and shared faith, especially at this conference, who you can pray with, who you can eat with and break bread with, the friendships you develop, the connections, the partnerships, the referrals, the opportunities that can come from this are so meaningful. And we are going all in on this conference like never before, like no event we've ever run. It's going to be the biggest, most fun, most exciting event in Faith2Influence history so far. And I would love for you to join us at this experience, for us to create a memorable experience together. Most of you who listen to this podcast, I know you. I've known you for years, and I would love to get more time with you in person. And if I don't know you yet, I want to meet you. We have a good amount of people who listen to every single podcast episode. And I want to spend some time with you working on your business over 3 days in my hometown in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let me host you and come out and prepare yourself to have your biggest and most successful year ever in your business. For those of you who haven't yet launched, to finally really have a plan and be able to execute the launch of your business. For those of you who've already launched and you're having some success, let's take you to the next level. Let's help you have your biggest year ever or your first 6-figure year. Let's help you build a foundation that's going to be lasting and creates consistent revenue. And in the meantime, let's help you master sales in a high integrity way. Let's help you learn some marketing tactics that are going to allow you to grow your business. Let's solve some of the problems and prepare you to have the impact that God created you to have through your business. I would love for you to join us at Christian Coaches Academy Live, June 19th through 21st in Milwaukee. If you're listening to this podcast episode within 1 week of it being released, you're still in time to get the biggest early bird discount we're going to offer on the conference. To check this out, go to ChristianCoachesAcademyLive.com. It's also in the show notes, ChristianCoachesAcademyLive.com. and you can see exactly what we're going to be doing. You can get the lineup, you can get all the FAQs there, and you can find the really big discount that we're offering all the way through April 24th. Is the final day to get our big early bird discount. So we would love for you to join us. If you're listening to this episode sometime in the future, I hope you're inspired by the idea of great events. Come join us at a future conference and invite us to yours. We'd love to network with you. We'd love to have and share your experiences as well. God bless you all. Have an amazing, amazing week. I look forward to talking to you soon.